Top of the morning. Happy September 3rd. This is wild, you guys. This year is gone, right? This year is just gone. It's so wild how fast this year has gone. I don't know about for you, but it's gone really, really quick for me. So we're gonna get this thing started, you guys. Coming to you alive, coming to you really, really focused. I'm coming to you up since 4 a.m. this morning because I had my very first call at 6 a.m. And so I'm just feeling super, super fresh. I'll sleep later. But for now, we got things to do. And so we got mountains to climb, and we're going to do that together. So, as always, I have somebody bring us out on the field. This person sets the tone, sets the sentiment, and kind of shares their energy with the rest of the group. I never know who's going to do that, but I'm going to go center of my screen. That person's going to be Evelyn. Evelyn is new to the team, not new to real estate, relocated from the Central Valley out to, I think, is it El Sobrante? Do I remember that correctly?
San Pablo.
San Pablo. Okay, so close in that area. But recently joined the team. So share with us your thoughts, your sentiment as we bring the team out on the field on this amazing, beautiful Wednesday morning. Let's roll.
Um, so definitely just don't get in your head so much and know that you have everything that it takes to do what you have to do and you're capable of it. So definitely getting in the right mindset, and just remember that you don't have to do all these 10 things. Just tackle one at a time and you'll slowly get to all 10 throughout the week. If not in the day or whatever, don't over promise, just deliver little by little. And I hope you guys all have a great productive rest of your week and go get it.
Wow. All right. So you guys, first time here, Evelyn, I think it's just been to keep it moving a handful of times. Let's give her some love, some light, and some positive energy. I thought that was really, really powerful. Raise your hand if you've ever taken us out on the field. Well, I'm going to raise my own hand. It's my coaching. I've done that, but I'll tell you what, it's just really, really powerful. It's nerve-wracking, but I think like we don't try to get ready, we stay ready. This is how you are thinking. And so it's delivered in a very, very, authentic and real way. And so, Evelyn, I appreciate your words of wisdom and your sentiment. So you guys, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. I got some thoughts for you. I have some sentiment for you, but I wanted to talk to you about two things. And this is about anticipate versus react. And the reason why this is super important, you may want to write those two words down, anticipate versus react. And the reason why this is an important conversation based on where we are right now, from September till December 31st, you are going to hear this and you're going to hear this over and over again from me. This is called the Great Lock-In. You see, this is the time of year where we truly, truly lock in. What we are doing is we are looking at our business from a CEO lens. A CEO is looking at the first or the last quarter of the year. They're planning and prepping for the first quarter of the new year. They're putting all their systems, their flows, their marketing campaigns together. They're making sure that they're hitting all of their engagement points. Now, for us, we're fortunate. We're not going to have too much crazy weather. Well, there's no snow for us. We could still go out there and run our business. And yeah, there's going to be rainy days. But at the end of the day, you guys, you have an opportunity to build from now until the end of the year. So I want you guys to think about how you're going to anticipate what is happening. Anticipate 9/11, a few days away. Anticipate the videos that you're going to create for National Cancer Awareness Month. Anticipate what you're going to do for Hispanic Heritage Month. Anticipate all the things that you need to do for the fall season, for the pumpkin patches, for the Halloween, for the Christmas. Anticipate versus reacting. Reacting is that you waited too long. I want you to anticipate all the things that are coming at you guys. Really look at this and not react and be like, damn it, I missed. I missed. The last thing I want for anybody on this call is to act in desperation. Desperation is November comes around or Thanksgiving comes around. You didn't do the things that you know that you needed to do. You haven't worked on your marketing, you have no strategy, you have no approach to your prospecting daily, and now you're running frantic because in 25 days you got Christmas. That is the last thing I want for you guys. So what I want is anticipation. We work with urgency versus desperation. We're looking at everything that we need to do to put ourselves in the best position to win in Q4. Q4 is one of the most important quarters of the year. A, I want you to spend time with the family. That's most important. But B, I want you guys to be able to walk into the year with a plan. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to put some people on the spot and we're going to have a hot seat conversation. We'll talk a little bit about the market as always, but I want to have a hot seat conversation. And you, as the CEO of your business, are going to share with us the state of your business and what your plans are for the next couple months. And you guys should have already been thinking about this. I've had this conversation with you guys over and over again over the last few weeks. So we're going to have a high level conversation about what that actually looks like for your business. What are you forecasting for activities for the end of the year? What are you going to launch? What is your marketing campaign? What is the system? What is the flow? Like, I want you guys to share. You're going to put your CEO hat on right now, and you guys are going to share in this environment. We are not operating out of the mentality of an agent. You see, a CEO operates differently. They walk differently. They have a different purpose. They remove distractions. They remove excuses. So this is our opportunity to get very, very clear. Everything that we're going to do from now until December 31st is done with intentionality. It's done with a plan. It's done with a purpose. It's done with execution dates. All these things are on your calendar. The last thing I want for you guys to do is look back and you're at January 2nd and be like, oh man, I got to get my car started and get it on, on the road. No, you guys, we're building. And if you're not coming to coaching and applying the things that we're teaching you guys here, then why do you continue to do this? Right? Why do you continue to show up if you're not actually implementing the things that we talk about in these sessions? So I want you guys to be very, very clear on what that looks like. We're going to do a roundtable. Also, the skill development. Right now, when you think about your sales skills, don't sleep on your sales skills. And I don't want it to be a negative word. I don't want you to think that it is negative to have really, really positive sales skills. Great sales skills says that you're able to get over no's when people tell you no. When somebody tells you, no, we're no longer looking at a home in the Berkeley area. Are you taking that for face value? Or are you actually circling your wagons and going around that conversation over and over again? So let me understand what's got you putting your plans on hold, Mr. Buyer. Well, this, that, this. Now, what are some of the other challenges that you have faced in the market? Okay, cool. Now that you've heard that, then how do you respond with a solution? You see, I want you guys to really dial in on your sales skills from now to the end of the year because when people are sleeping, when people are traveling, when people are saying, oh, you're not interested? Okay, that's not us. That's not us. We have a higher echelon of sales abilities and sales skills because we're part of a collective wisdom. You don't just hear it from me, you hear it from tons of people on these calls. You hear it from all different walks of life. And then you hear it from our lender's vantage point. And so my hope is that each of you are becoming masters at how you communicate about this industry and how you close for appointments. And if you're not, then we'll continue to work on these things. So we're going to have a high level conversation today. We're going to have a high level conversation and we're going to go into this. But I wanted to make sure that I share this with you. I shared this the other day. I thought it was really, really powerful. And I'm going to read it to you guys one more time. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. And I want to pause there for a second because I think that that quote was really, really powerful. Let me say it one more time for the people on the back of the screen. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. You see, a lot of times we get busy being busy. We have to fill the void of us being constantly in motion and busy with all this stuff because we don't want to slow down in any way, shape, or form. Because when we slow down, we're left with who? We're left with us. Right? And oftentimes that is the person that we need to spend a little bit more time with. That's the person that needs a little bit more consideration. You see, we need to face that conversation head on. And if you're scared of sitting with yourself and if you're scared of silence, then there's something that you're doing in your life that is not congruent with the purpose and the cause and the crusade that you're on. So if you're that person that is avoiding that conversations with yourself, that is avoiding the conversations of the soul, the mind, body, and spirit, it's time for you, Kimosabi, to slow down, to stop, to reflect, to write, to really look at your life and what you're doing and see, is this where you want to be? Is this the impact that you want to make? Are the habits and behaviors congruent with the person you say that you are becoming and that you want to become? And if it's not, then have that reflection. You see, we get so wrapped up in the busy and the hustle and the bustle, and then we go to sleep. And then we do it again, and then we go to sleep. Like you got to spend some time. And I thought that was a really powerful quote. People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. So I wanted to share that thought with you guys, share that sentiment. On that vein, on that quote, does anybody have a thought, a contribution, words of wisdom before we kick this session off? Anybody? And don't leave me hanging. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts, contribution, and insight based on the conversation thus far. Let's go D Bledsoe and anybody else that wants to get involved. Let's roll. So we got D and we got Patrick, and then anybody
I
else.
mean, yeah, good morning. Just one way that really resonates is I have a project that I've told you guys about that I've been working on, but not diligently enough, and so it's taking a lot longer to come together than I wanted to, and so that's one of those things. Like I just get busy with being busy, but not working on what I know is most gratifying to me at this point. Like I got to make money, obviously, and I have to take care of the family and all my responsibilities. But that one thing is what I've been avoiding, and it's kind of hard to know why. But again, that yeah, it resonated on that level.
Well, I appreciate you, big dog. And anything I could do to help support, please let me know. Let's go, Patrick. Patrick, I think you sent me a message earlier. I have not checked my phone though. Let's go, Patrick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Morning, guys. Yeah, this quote, or it definitely resonates to me because I saw a couple quotes this morning that's kind of similar to it since we're talking about ego and putting it down. You know, one of the quotes that I saw was if you want to run fast or run with fast or people that's faster than you, want to lift heavier, lift with heavier, or people that can lift heavier with you. And so putting that into an environment and to the point of looking yourself in the mirror and looking at your soul, like really, you got to be realistic with yourself. Like you're not that person yet. So go ahead and learn that from somebody. And number two, it's the quote that, the determination really is just us remembering what we really wanted. So if you're feeling unmotivated, if you're feeling lack of determination, remember what you really want while you got into this.
Man, I absolutely love this. I wrote this here. I don't know when I wrote this, but I wrote procrastination is the thief of progress. You see, we all have things that we want to do, and if you could just shorten the time frame that it takes for you to execute on these things, I promise you, you'll feel more rewarded. What we do is we put too much time on these things that we want to accomplish. We put way too much time on it. What we need to do is we need to set impossible goals in impossible time frames, because when it's impossible, what's going to happen is like, what do I need to do? Who do I need to be? What distractions do I need to silence in order for me to accomplish these things? We put way too much time on the things that we want to accomplish. And that creates room for procrastination. But if I said I want to do something by next week, and then Patrick said, Elias, can you get it done by tonight? Then I'm going to think about things completely different, and I'm going to operate in a completely different mindset. So, Patrick, appreciate you, big dog. Let's go to Ernesto. And then, wow, just the gentleman speaking up today. No ladies so far in the conversation. This is a rare one. That's what's up, gentlemen. Let's go, Ernesto. What do you got for us?
Good morning, fam. Like Eric B. and Rakim said, it doesn't matter where you come from, it's where you at. So another thing that I'm learning right now is don't work on your business, work in your business. And once I started changing my mindset on that, man, my business started going up. And I wanted to share this positive thing because this is what I learned throughout the years in the business is my New Year's starts in September. My first quarter starts the fourth quarter of every year. So by the time New Year's comes around, I'm already in the second quarter. So that just gives me the ability and the momentum to just excel in the fourth quarter and kick ass on the beginning of the year. So just little FYI of what I learned throughout, my coaching through all these years.
Man, I appreciate you, big dog, and thank you for being here. And just remind everybody what market you serve in case we need to send you a referral.
Absolutely. I'm located in Ventura County in the Ox, the Boogie Down Ox, they call it, in the 805, right on the coast. We are the most economic coast of the whole coast of California by 32%. So all referrals are very welcome. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I love what you're doing. This is a positive. There's no excuses. Like, I love each and every one of you guys. I try to get on as much as I can. And I'm always learning from each and every one of you guys, and I implement it in my business. And that's what's helping me grow.
Man, I really, really appreciate you being here. Thank you for your sentiment. And Thanks for sharing. Let's go, Aaron. Chris, what do you got for us? And we'll get right into the conversation.
I heard a suggestion the other day that implied that we are the soul. We don't have a soul. We are the soul. We have a body. We have a brain. We have limits that we put on ourselves, but our soul is us. So there's really no way to run from your soul. It's always around you, always present. It's just taking the time to quiet the body, quiet the mind, quiet everything else to listen to what the soul is telling you. And so when you're looking in the mirror, you're seeing a body that has a time limit on it. The soul is internal, right? That's forever, but your body and your life now has a time limit on it. So when you're looking in that mirror, look deeper into your eyes and really try to see your soul and quiet your mind to identify whatever that soul is telling you, because it's you. You don't have a soul. You are the soul.
Wow, dude. Wow, you know what, you guys? I see these things and I want to bring it to you guys to see where you go with the conversation. And it never ceases to amaze me. You guys are always coming correct because we've gotten very introspective in these rooms, right? And I think like that's a really somebody told me they're like, dude, you're just hitting us in the belly with this one. Like I want you guys to think and I want you guys to feel and then I want you guys to put your vantage point on that. And so Aaron, really good contribution. You guys, love seeing everybody here this morning. Like I said, this time of year represents the lock-in factor. This is where we are going to lock in and make sure that we are forecasting for a very strong closeout of the year and walking into 2026 with an actual plan. And so what I want to do right now is I'm going to call on 3 to 5 people. And what I want you to do is you're going to grab the mic and you're going to do a State of the Union address as the CEO of the company. And I want you to give us your directional focus, what you're working on, and what your plans are for marketing and exposure from now until the end of the year. That is your opportunity to put your CEO hat on right now and share. Is it going to be tough? Yeah, absolutely. Is it going to uncover some things that maybe you need to work on? Absolutely. But if you can say it here, you can declare it, then my hope is that you're going to put all of these things in action. And my hope is that you actually already have a framework. We're in September, you guys. This year is, I mean, literally gone. This year is gone. So I'm going to get 3 to 5 brave souls to raise their hand, and you are going to be on the hot seat. You are going to speak to the group as the CEO of your company. You are going to be giving a press release. You guys are giving a State of the Union address to the group. So this is going to be a bold statement. This is going to be a little bit tougher than normal. We're not just talking about patterns, conditions, and nuances that you're experiencing in the market. This is what are you going to do from now until December 31st that's going to put your company in the best position to win. So welcome to being a CEO. I need 3 to 5 people to be brave, to throw their hand up, and you're going to share. So who is that person? Who are those people going to be? Okay, I got 1, and I'm going to sit here weird, and I'm just going to look at the screen awkwardly until I get 5 people to raise their hand. 3 to 5 people. So I got 1 who is one of the newest people in this group. So 1. Hold on, you guys. Have I not made myself clear? Have I not supported your growth? Have I not pushed you to grow? And you guys are sitting here and I'm reaching for people to throw up their hands. I don't think that's fair.
I need an example. I need an example of exactly what it is you're asking. Like,
okay, hold on. Nicole, you don't need an example. You are the CEO of your business. What is going to happen from now until December 31st that's going to drive your business forward and drive your company forward? You have a plan. You have marketing strategies. You're doing pumpkin this. You're doing Christmas that. You're dropping this New Year's. You're going to have X amount of conversations every single week. You're doing a beautiful news campaign that's going to go out every single week to 5,000 people in your database, right? That's a State of the Union address about your company.
Okay, I'll raise my hand then.
All right. Sometimes we all just need a little bit of a push. So I'm going to go back over to, actually, I need a couple more people to get involved before I go there. And while you guys are thinking and debating on who's actually going to get involved in this conversation, remember who you are. You are CEO of a business. You are running a multi-million-dollar business. My hope is that you have some type of plan from now until the end of the year. You think about all the things that are coming up, seasonal things, activities that you guys can do, programs that you can launch, all these things from now until December 31st. my hope is that you've actually given this some thought. You've given this some thought. And then we say, okay, we're going to get on the mic and talk about it because it becomes more real. And so I'm going to share something with you that I'm working on that is very, very big picture for you guys. And I'm going to share this with you guys because as soon as this is all created and all built, each of you are going to have access to this. And I'm just going to go here and I'm going to share with you something I'm doing big to help you guys drive your production and to give you more resources and more opportunities to grow your business. And so, as you guys know, we've been doing Keep It Moving now for almost 4 years. This started out as a group of 3 to 5 people that would come together every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We would talk about what we were drinking that morning for coffee, tea, juice, whatever. And then we would do script role play. Started out in its infancy, 3 to 5 people that would come together. And now it is what it is, and Keep It Moving is its own company. But at the cornerstone of everything that we've done here, it's all about impact and growth. And so as we grow this program, I'm thinking about, well, how do we give this even more shelf life? How do we create resource libraries for you guys to go to, kind of like how we have our fast class, right? How do we create more styles of teaching and resources for you guys to be able to grow?
Good morning.
Nicole, mute yourself, please.
Oh, sorry.
So State of the Union address is for me to share with you guys from a CEO mentality what's on the horizon for you guys. We're going to be doing more in-person trainings for you guys. We're going to make sure that you guys have the skills that are necessary for you to be able to sell and to close for appointments at a very high level. We're going to dive deep into our databases to find the opportunities that exist within our database. We're going to look at creative ways to sell the homes that are not selling that we currently have on the market right now, and how can we reduce the amount of time that it takes from our coming soons to actually hit the market. See, these are the things that we're going to be talking about as a company. Directly in the vein of coaching, what I'm doing is I'm building something really cool for you guys with the help of Roma and with the help of Judith. You see, we talk about tons of different things, mindset and personal growth. We talk about business and sales excellence. We talked about branding. Branding and visibility, skills, strategy, and market knowledge. We talk about community and building relationships. Well, if you want to know more about these things, what you're going to have is you're going to have a resource library to where you could go in and pull up the module. And you can say, okay, cool. Here's all the things that are covered under this specific topic. Redefine sales from pitching to process to purpose. You guys are going to have all of these things created for you in a library. So anytime you feel that you're struggling, anytime that you guys need extra knowledge, extra game, you guys will be able to go into here and you'll have the blueprint. Every single one of these modules will have a video that is associated with it. That way you can go in. The video is going to check in with you to make sure that you're retaining the information. And then you guys go on and go on and go on. So this is something that is being created for you guys as my State of the Union address to share with you guys what is on the horizon to make sure we close out this year strong and open the new year with momentum. Does that make sense, everybody? You see, that's a State of the Union address. I'm putting the CEO hat on and I'm sharing with you what are the action strategies that are already in place to ensure that we close the year strong and open up the year with momentum. Is everybody clear on that? Can I get an emoji or a thumbs up if you guys are with me so far? All right, cool. Appreciate you guys. Love you. Let's go over to, actually, I got a newer voice on the call. Aaron, I'll come to you second. I'm going to go to Julia. She's driving, so I want to get to her before she has to get to her destination or I lose any audio. So Julia, what do you got for us? State of the Union address. Put your CEO hat on. Let's roll, big dog.
So I didn't really come up with this. You did. So I decided to merge my worlds. I dance hula and I teach hula in Oakland, and I just realized that instead of putting so much money forward to host like local events out in Hercules where I live, is to tap into the community. And I'm hosting 3 events, a showcase, which we're going to have at the office September 21st for all the kids that I teach, and we're going to have booths there. But it's a great way for people and the parents to see kind of what I do and the office space and just kind of merge the 2 worlds. I'm hosting an October event and then a Christmas event as well for the kids. So instead of just like spending money and kind of throwing it out there and hoping for leads, it's like tap into the place that's already giving me all of the leads and like putting more money and effort into that community. So yeah, that, and then also figuring out marketing campaigns for each event and making sure I follow through. And then also I do need to make sure I post 3 reels a week, which I've been lagging on.
Okay. So I love this. And Julia, I heard one date. What were the other 2 dates for the other events that you're doing?
I have to put, they're not on the calendar yet, but they're always events that we do anyways. But I think October, maybe 9th, the last weekend before Halloween is when we'll do the Halloween event. And then some weekend in December, which I need to check on the calendar and make sure the event space is open for Team Fast. But
Beautiful.
I'm going to do it.
So something she's been thinking about, we've been talking about this for months, and she had to make a decision to say, you know what? I already have my hula community. They're already a tight-knit group of people. Let me lean into that group. And just her doing 3 events from now until the end of the year, I promise you, she will get leads from that. But she has to have a system, she has to have a flow, she has to do the marketing, she has to get on the mic, she has to speak, she has to make this an experience. There's a lot of thought. When you think about that, that is a CEO mentality, you guys. Remove yourself from thinking like an agent. Think like a true CEO of your business. Let's go, Aaron Chris. State of the Union address, the Aaron Chris Corporation. What do we got for us, big dog? How are we closing out this year?
I'm closing out this year more intentional about leveraging the team around me. Right now, my numbers are just one away from the goal I set for myself for the year, so I'm very much on pace. Now, in light of working with team members, and I have when I initially started, but now I'm actively engaged with partnering on deals, and I've noticed that it helps leverage personality traits to really make for the ultimate consumer experience. And so I'm focusing a lot of my energies in that. I'm also with the clients that I've closed over the last 2 years. I'm actively re-engaging with them through Thanksgiving pies and things like that. That's on the agenda, and also really being intentional about reflecting on our experience when we closed and encouraging them to refer me to have their friends and family experience that same type of service through the real estate channels. And so really, again, the beauty of this team is this collective, but also having the ability to work with so many different dynamic personalities. And so I'm really making it focus towards the end of this year to go into next year. Sorry, Zillow.
All right, pause yourself, handle that, and take your call. So let me go to Tanisha really quick. Tanisha, when you hear Julia and Aaron speak, what are you hearing in their tone and their messaging and their delivery? What are you hearing, TT?
Hey, good morning. I'm hearing a lot of planning, which is awesome. Their tone is like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. They have a lot of experience, and I'm enjoying just soaking up everyone's experience because the CEO of my business has a lot of refining to do. I have made the decision to kind of stop being all over the place and to hone into what I already know. So shout out to Julie and her hula community. I have a huge Zumba community, and I really want to focus on that as well. I don't have a plan yet, but my small plans are just things that I think Evelyn had started us off by saying that, focus on little things at a time. And so my focus right now is having a whole lot more conversations than I have been having. I thought I've been having some, but I need to do more. So that's kind of what I'm focused on right now. I am a squirrely person. And so it is so important that I focus on one thing at a time because I can focus on too many and not get good at them. So.
Okay, listen, you're not alone. How many of us have had a squirrel brain at some time in this business? Okay, raise your other hand if you still have a squirrel brain. It's okay. So what we do through this growth process by reading, by really focusing, is that we need to sit in some type of stillness. And you need to create yourself these deadlines, because what we do is we have a lot of shoulds. And I say this all the time. You have to change that should into a must. When it's a must, then I have to do things differently. When it's should, it's like, oh, I should have worked out. "Ah, I should have done that in my business." We have to remove the mentality of should and turn it into a must. Because when we have a must mentality, then we have a must identity. The must identity says, I have to do these things. I have to create this. I'm going to make sure that I focus on this one thing for the next 2 hours. My phone is on airplane mode. No distractions, no excuses. I have my pen, my paper, my phone, my coffee. I'm in my cockpit. I'm locked in and I'm in flight. Right? That's the type of mentality. And that's coming from the ADD poster child. Right? But these are things that I had to learn over time to give myself pressure to get things done. Right? To get things done in a very short time frame, because that will help me stay very driven with my focus. So TT, if you ever need additional help on that, being the poster child for ADD, you know your boy can help you. You know your boy can help you, all right? So I love that you're thinking about this. Now, when you say that, one thing, excuse me, I heard Aaron says that I'm going to. You see, this is not about, oh, I want to do this. I was thinking about, no, I'm going to do this. This is when I'm going to execute by, and these are the things that need to happen, right? That's a different, clear path versus saying, well, I want to do this. No, tell me what you are going to do and then back that up with action. So TT, appreciate you. Aaron, appreciate you. Hopefully you booked that appointment. That's right, big dog. Let's go to Oliver and then we'll go over to Gary. I'm just going to work through all the hands that I got on the screen. And I appreciate you guys throwing your hands up and getting involved in this conversation. Let's go, Oliver. State of the Union address about the Oliver Davis Corporation from now until the end of the year. Let's roll.
Hi, everyone. So my company is called Urban Rise Invest. And so here's my state of the address. So the most important thing is I realize the number one most important things for me is focusing on sales and my KPIs. So what I mean by this is I'm getting a lot of leads from the own marketing I do. And now I realize the most important things is the actual number of conversations I'm having with homeowners, right? So now, every day I track my KPIs and, I measure my leads, but also the number of actual conversations I'm having, right? So that's the first thing is measure KPIs. The second one is what Elias was sharing about, not taking a no like that. I know I've been guilty of that, not following up enough, not asking more questions. And so now I'm committing to each time someone says no, trying to dig more into it, just asking more, questions, trying to understand exactly what's going on. So that's the second thing. The third thing for me is I just joined EXP and I have not yet done my, I would say, big announcement, if you will. I currently have my own cash buying business, and I'm working on tying those two worlds together. And I know that's I need to start really posting more on social media to kind of announce my new strategy of a full service real estate company. So that's a big priority, as well as defining a solid social media strategy. Right now, I've only been posting when I have like an active deal, but I know I need more than that. I need just to start producing more content. Lastly, I will share that one big realization I had. Again, I do a lot of my own marketing, and I was way too slow to respond to leads. And so I now committed to try to get appointments the same day, even if I have to take a call in the evening, 8:30 p.m. I just have to take those calls the same day. So that's what I have, Elias.
Man, I absolutely love this. In regards to your announcement, give yourself a deadline within the next 72 hours of when you're going to just go in the office and shoot that video. We have the studio, go in there and do a few iterations of it until it comes out right, and then drop that video. Because I think that's a really powerful announcement, because your business has been structured a different way, and now you're a full service agent. You're still going to find those cash opportunities and those wholesale opportunities, but now you're a full service agent with the team that is number one in your market. I think that's a really, really important message for you to do, and I appreciate you sharing. I want to share this with you, and TT, this you inspired me to share this. It says here, productivity hack. Work in 90-minute focus blocks with no distractions, and you'll accomplish more in 3 hours than most do in 3 days. Like, imagine that, just 90 minutes. This is why my mornings my hours before everyone is started in the morning are so important. I have 2 hours to study, plan, prepare every single morning. Those hours are like my time. Like today, I have 5 meetings just like this before noon. So you think about the slide decks, the conversations, the thought tracks, page by page, everything has to be well thought out. So that couple hours before gives me the time to work in very, very calculated focus, blocks, and I get more done by thinking that way. So I thought I'd share that with you, Tanisha, as well as everybody else. Oliver, great stuff. If you can lower your hand so I don't get confused, we're going to go to Gary Archer. Gary Archer, State of the Union address for your company as the CEO of your brand and your organization. What do you got from Big Dog?
Man, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I just want to start by saying it's been an amazing few months so far with my license. Been talking to a lot of my sphere. It's time to double down with some real structure. And I say the four main ingredients is going to be Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. I'm going to commit to 2 to 4 more hours of door knocking each week. 1 to 3 videos about real estate each week. I do more videos, but at least 1 to 3 about real estate, 5 to 7 posts on my real estate page. I've been developing through my open houses. I came up with this haunted house script I've been playing out. So I'm really gonna do the video for this Halloween. I have this great haunted house buyer's story that I think is gonna play out real good for the Halloween era. Thanksgiving, I've been writing and collecting side dish recipes for Thanksgiving that I was gonna hand deliver when I do door knocking with introduction myself. Same thing comes to Christmas cards. I'm a hand write Christmas cards and I'm hand delivering them all through as I'm door knocking, as well as New Year's. I'm doing calendars. I'm hand delivering calendars, door knocking again. And I'm keep doing it. I'm gonna pick 3 to 5 neighborhoods and they're gonna think I live in the neighborhood. That, like, oh my God, like I'm going to double down, but I'm picking neighborhoods that I want to work in. A handful of neighborhoods I work in that I think was great to do that. On top of that, I spoke with my partner, Mr. Fab, over at Dope Air. We're gonna be hosting 2 major group buyer seminars with our thug therapy people at our base over in multiple hundreds of people. I'm gonna invite all my lenders. I also, I can't do this all by myself. So any other agents on this Zoom that want to come through and hang out with Gary at these thug therapies and these buyer consultations to help these people, get through the beginning stages, I'm going to open that up for you guys as well. So that's what I got going in the next 3 months. We're going to kill it.
Okay. Listen, straight CEO. He's not saying, oh, we want to do this. No, you guys, look at the calendar. I gave you a cheat sheet 2 weeks ago. Marketing seasonal marketing timeline and like ideas for campaigns. You guys can take that list. Also, insert all the things that you're going to do from your own brain, from your own thoughts, and all you do is just build it. Think about this. I'm going to create 10 high note presentations from now until the end of the year. It's going to be for fall. It's going to be for pumpkins. It's going to be for lights. It's going to be for Christmas. It's going to be for activities, for bounce houses, things like that, for the seasons, all these things. And I'm going to create all those high notes. I'm going to put those high notes into an email campaign. That's going to go out to my audience. I'm also going to do videos on those things. Hey guys, I created a list of the top places to go for the fall season and for the Halloween time. If you want that list, make sure to respond down below and I'll make sure to hook that up. If you guys have any questions about anything that's going on in the Bay Area, I'm your guy, I'm your gal. Like, you guys, that's powerful. You don't pay shit for high note. And high note is one of the best tools for you guys to curate a message, and then that message you create videos to. It goes in your email, it goes into your MailChimp. You guys, you are marketers. And that is what I want this message to be about. You're marketers, ... realtors. Those that market the most are those that take the most market share. That's the sentiment, that's the philosophy, but none of these plans go into effect. None of this happens plan like a true CEO, the boss of bosses of your organization. Really good stuff, Gary. Patrick's like, I'm taking notes. I saw him. Love this. Let's go, Kia. I wanted to wait until you slow down And so
Thank you.
let's go over to Kia. Kia's got to get in 6,000 steps every single day because she's a part of intensity, and 6,000
Intensity.
steps is part
Oh
of
my God.
daily. Let's go.
So if you guys don't see, I'm running now. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get back in the groove of things. So what's happening in this last quarter, kind of similar to what Gary's doing, I actually have a really cool platform with Urban University. And it's single parents at work and stuff, and they're connected with like Elizabeth House and all of that. I've already had 3 box classes. So I'm trying to take it to the next level. Rebecca Kaplan, who is going to start marketing my event, and it's actually every 3rd Thursday of the month. My goal is by the end of this year in 2026, I want to be able to like all the other and these programs that is affiliated with Urban University, so that I can start teaching them how to repair your credit, get a budget going. Let's get you guys going so that eventually you're going to start looking for homes. And actually have a couple of folks already that I've already kind of nurturing those relationships. So that's one aspect of other aspect is I do need to do a little bit more of the door knocking, which I will be doing. I've only been tapping into influence. As you know, I'm splitting my time, half time in Santa Barbara County and half in the Bay Area. And I also have a renovation company. So a few folks also on the team have utilized my business, my renovation company, for after closing escrow. So that's actually going very, very well. And that's actually what's keeping me afloat, so that I'm able to kind of focus a little bit more on my real estate business.
Okay.
I think that's it.
So I absolutely love this. If I was to look on your social media right now, I have no idea that you do
Oh God.
renovations.
I know I suck right now with my
No.
socials.
It's not suck. This is an opportunity for your growth, because what a seller needs to know right now, what is the low cost dollar activities that I can do at my home to give me the highest return? And what are the things that a seller should not be doing to their home, right? So many times people, oh, I got to redo the bathroom. I got to redo the kitchen. No, you don't, in order to have the highest return. And so what are the different types of flooring? What is the different type of hardwares that are trending right now? How do you replace a window? What does that cost to go to a dual pane? Like all these things, like if that is your business, then document what you guys do on the renovation side of it. And what that will lead to is you getting more sellers raising their hands, asking you questions about that process. I promise you. So Kia,
Sounds good.
I love how you're speaking with authority. I love how you're thinking, you're talking with purpose. And listen to what you guys are hearing on this call. I want this to resonate with each of you. You are hearing power in people's words, in their plans, in their implementation, in their strategies, in their marketing. Like, you guys are hearing all kinds of great stuff. And if you're sitting here and you don't have anything, then this should be a kick in the ass for you guys to say, you know what? I'm going to put all these things into place. I'm going to start to put all these things into place for my business. So Kia, really good stuff. We're going to go Jessica, Nicole, and then Otis, you'll wrap us up on the conversation. Jessica, you are the CEO, true boss of bosses. What do you got for us?
Okay, so on October 18th, on October 18th, so Jen and I are working with a client who's looking to purchase a ranch on October 18th. They have their 10-year anniversary. So the buyer invited us to have a booth at their event. So we're going to be over there from 11 to 4 p.m. and we're just going to be networking with all their family and friends. And she wants to connect us. That way, if they're ever interested in purchasing or selling, have them reach out to us. And they're also going to have face painting, and you can ride horses. So it's going to be really nice. I'm going to post a flyer in the chat. And then on October 15th through the 20th, I'm going to have a Halloween giveaway, my annual Halloween giveaway, but this time it's going to be a little different. So Marcelina and I are thinking of doing Six Flags tickets for Fight Fest. So that's an idea. And then in November, on the 24th, 25th, and 26th, we're going I was thinking of maybe partnering up with a rescue, a local rescue, and doing like a cat toy drive or just any food if anyone wants to donate food, toys, anything for cats. So that's the idea right now.
Okay, I absolutely love this. I love that you're leaning into things that are, you know, close and near and dear to your heart. But the fact that she has the 24th, 25th, 26th, she has October already planned. She knows that she's going to have the booth. She's going to have the pop-up. She's going to have the table. She's going to have all the print material. Like this is a CEO being ready. Because what we do when we can start to build the activities, we can get very clear on what these action items look like. What we do is we create more predictability in our business. You see, the last thing I want is this type of business for you guys. I want some predictability based on the activities that you have deployed. If you have no predictability right now, it means that you're not doing enough activity. You don't have enough plan. And so I absolutely love this. And while we're here, Jessica, on Monday, September 15th, from 1 to 5 o'clock, you will be honored as a Rising Star for the California Association of Realtors at the YPN Ignite in San Diego, and you're going to be called to the stage, and you will be presented to your award with your award. They'll capture a photo of each honoree and then gather everyone for a group photo. Then I've been asked to share a few words on your behalf, and I could not be more excited and more honored to be on that stage and to just share what I've seen from you. And so I'm not crying, you're crying, but I can't wait to celebrate you.
Thank you, Elias. I forgot to mention, yes, and in September 15, I will be in San Diego, but I'm nervous, but
It's okay.
excited.
I'm nervous, but that's we're human beings. So I appreciate you. Great stuff. Let's go to Nicole Penland, and then Otis is going to wrap up the conversation. Nicole Penland, what do you got for us? State of the Union address, your company, Penland Enterprises. Let's roll.
Okay, so September 13th at the office, and this is a plug too for everybody I've been hitting in the DMs that has kids. I'm hosting a children's business fair at the Oakland office on September 13th. Okay, sign your kids up, show them how to make some money like you do. On October 16th, I'm hosting a seller seminar virtually with Mike Cadet. On November, I'm hosting another children's business fair at the Boys and Girls Club of Oakland. Also partnering with my dad, PFN Insurance Services, doing a turkey giveaway. And December, oh, I forgot October, I'm also partnering with Oakland Police Department for our annual trunk or treat. December, I'm doing my Christmas cards and a vision board party. And yeah. Oh, also in merging my world. So I don't know if you guys know, I have hella licenses, and I've been kind of putting my insurance stuff kind of to the side a little bit and passing people over to my dad here lately. I don't know, but I've been working out some things with my appointments. So I'm committed to Kansas City Life for my life insurance appointment. So I'll also be incorporating seminars about mortgage protection because I try to do a holistic approach for my clients, especially with my buyers. When I take them through the process, we do their home and auto insurance so they can get a multi-line discount before they get to escrow. And then I introduce mortgage protection through life insurance once we close. So just trying to push more of that holistic approach to my business moving forward instead of just drilling down intensity day and night every single day and acting like I'm not an insurance agent too. So.
You know what? I love this, Nicole. Well said. Woman on a mission. She's clear. Just needed to have a better understanding. So that's me. And once she got, she's like, "Oh, I got mine. I'm already planned. I'm already ready to go." All right, Otis, bring us home on this conversation. The CEO of your own business, State of the Union address. What are you going to do from now until December 31st? I want clear, actionable items. Let's roll.
All right, so as you guys know, we are going to be closing on a $4.2 million property. I'm going to be running the shit out of that. I'm going to be posting that. We got billboard campaigns coming on every 30 days. You'll see a new billboard. Some, I read in the comments, David, it said, how did you get off the fact that you're being, you know, an agent without overselling it? The majority of these billboards are going to be up for, you know, wordplay that's not even consistent of anything with QR codes. So it's a nice play on words to get people to look in major spots like the Bay Bridge and other spots up the corridor so people can see it. People need to see me. They need to see that I'm a realtor. So the branding has to be on point. With the partnerships through the holidays taken through, like everybody else has said. And the great thing about me being a CEO of my business, I have a CEO, Gary, my partner, who also is a CEO that has great connections. This past weekend, seeing him at High Road Day, which is people don't know how crazy this was. It's an Oakland festival that couldn't be held in Oakland this year, and it was held in San Francisco. And I know you guys seen the viral video of how many fucking people were there. Crazy. And one of the pillars that was there was Mr. Fab. I really don't think people know how grounded he is, not only to the city of Oakland, but the entire Bay Area and abroad. So just knowing that those are endless of possibilities of people that, for me and Gary to figure out how we twine them in, and twining them in is people love free shit. We have the holidays coming up. So for Halloween, I'm going to be playing around in some costumes to get some interactions to hopefully make some leeway between me and some of the parents and obviously the kids. If the kids think I'm cool, the parents are going to think I'm cool. For November, as Gary just said, there's this 20th plus year that Mr. Fab's been doing the turkey driveway giveaways, canned goods. Come get a whole meal. People that are struggling, you know, maybe they're struggling now, they might not be struggling later. Maybe they can be getting into some type of program to where they didn't know if that they just were informed that they would know. So those 2 buyer seminars that Gary said are going to be playing key. And then lastly, you know, you have the holidays, Christmas. What I used to do after my brother got killed, I did it for 6 straight years. I did the the Reese Worldwide Toy Drive. So it's been a few years that I just been abandoning that. So I want to give out and give some goodies. Over the years, I've done women's shelters. I've dressed up like Santa Claus every single time in these years, Union Square. So just trying to focus on a group of people that really need it. Because if I'm out here wanting to be a real pillar of my community, how could I say that if I'm not out there doing stuff? So the free things are always going to be a plus. And then also I was thinking about grabbing some pies and doing some pumpkins too for pumpkin carving. So, you know, anything that I can do to get around people, all free, of course. I'm going to get a nice couple of checks. So go out and spend a couple of dollars to do that. But you have to have your relationship rich. And the last thing I'm doing is I'm really into my downline and agent, you know, attraction. So I'm working on a lot of videos where it's like, hey, you know, do you want to partner? I have X amount of leads for anybody that wants to come. You can come join under me, help you out with percentages off your classes. And if you're already an agent, you know, I think it's time for you to come jump ship. And why not come jump ship under someone who's going to really mentor you and handle it out? Like I give out leads, I help work the leads. I just want to help build the new bridge of agents that coming into the business. So I'm want to hit them on all angles, from people coming into my downline, joining under, new partnerships, because I believe that's what I bring to the table is, you know, the ability to partner and do it on a high level with multiple people, because I want to leave a lasting legacy with real estate where people could say, hey, that's the guy that always wanted to share. That's the guy that always looked out for people. So that's my next 3.5 months. That should pull me up for the next 6 to 9 months if I do it right.
Man, I absolutely love this. You guys, the conversation today has been very, very geared towards intentionality, right? Like you guys have to put the CEO hat on, right? The agent mentality is not going to help you scale. It's not, I promise you. You have to wear a CEO hat and you have to say, what would a CEO do if they were in this position right now? And you guys would think differently, you'd behave differently, and you'd show up differently. So it's the conversation is more aligned with who do I need to be in order for these things to come to light, right? Who do I need to be in order for these things to come to light? And so you guys have heard some really, really cool stuff today. There's all kinds of things to take away. What you need to do is you need to go to the drawing board and sit with your own thoughts and start to build your plan out. Let's get one key thought and key takeaway from our time together today. That's going to be Ashley. Ashley, one key thought, one key takeaway from our time together today. Let's roll.
I was just so impressed by everyone who had dates and who have been thinking about this. Stephanie, Gary, it's just very apparent that you've been thinking about this for a long time. That was not off the cuff. So it's just a challenge to all of us to get that same level of detail in our planning. It is not too late. We are still early on towards the end of the year. Get our processes in place and make them repeatable so we can create it this year and get it done for every year after.
That is right. That is right. Abel, I saw your message in chat. Grab that. That you can just set up a time for us to chat. Just grab that link and then set up a time for us to chat, bro. Because I got some appointments right after this. But listen, you guys, really, really good contributions. We're gonna do a session in person in the Oakland office. We're gonna unpack this conversation. We're gonna do a session in my house. But that's going to be on September 12th. I don't have room for too many people, but I do want to ask Ashley if you'd be so kind to buy lunch. I don't know if that's okay with the money store, but would love if you could buy lunch for us. There's going to be about 15, 20 of us in my house. We're going to sit up here in my loft and we're going to listen to records and we're going to plan. But we'll do that same style of stuff in Oakland as well. But we just won't have my living room. You won't have records. So you guys, more
No
stuff.
Astuto pasta? No Astuto pasta? No
I mean,
homemade?
I might make some cold pasta salad, but yeah, I only have room for a limited amount of people. I can fit probably about 20 chairs in here. But listen, you guys, really, really good session. My hope is that you took something away from this session that at least late made you think and feel differently about your business. This is our time to lock in from now until the end of the year. And with a plan, with execution dates, and with intentionality, each of you guys can close this year strong and open up the year with momentum. As always, team, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision, and make this week a day and week that truly, truly matter. Peace.